And hey, we are back. Welcome to the Heatwave right here on QTV. My name is Charlie. Thank you so much for joining us and really appreciate your support. Keep liking our Facebook page. It's QTV Zambia, and catch up with more of our programs on our YouTube channel. That is QTV Zambia as well. Well, as usual, like every other week, I got a special guest in the studio. This is an award-winning artist, and I tell you what, you can't talk about Zambian music without mentioning his name. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to make welcome the 5-star General, Ozzy. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great to have you on the show, man.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate. And you know what? Like first time I had an experience of listening to your music was I remember I was on a bus coming from school. That was like 2000 and what? Was it 5?
Okay.
Backstabber came out, and I'm like, okay, this is a new style. What was that like? You're coming in like, oh, you had been working in the background since then?
That was my introduction onto the Zambian music scene. Of course, before that, I was working, of course, writing music and helping out other artists.
Yeah.
I'm from Kabwe, so Emmy Roots was like the guy. That was like the biggest name artist we had
that we knew
Kabwe.
from there.
Yeah. So on one of his albums, I wrote a song and featured on the same song.
Is it?
Yeah. So that was like my introduction. I was still trying to learn, from those that already, in it.
Yeah.
So when I recorded Backstabber, that was like now trying to use that to audition from in different studios. So that was 2003, 2004.
Yeah. And that was the thing then, like you had to audition before you get signed to a record label. How you find yourself at Sling Beats, though?
I had actually gone there to record that particular song I'm talking about with Emmy Roots at David Sling, which was in Charleston at the time. So we went there and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I dropped off my CD there, let the guys listen to it, and then I think this sounds pretty good. We could try and do some work, but the work didn't come immediately.
Right,
it didn't. We had to, it's like there was already a line of artists that were recording and working with. So it's like you had to wait for your turn. Yeah. There was Crystal Shaw, and there was Amora, there was Chameleon. These guys were working on their projects. So. You sit and try and learn. You see what goes on in the studio. It's a new experience, and you treasure every experience like that.
Yeah.
And you strive to do better every other single day, so you can be just like that guy who's like the star at the studio. And the time we had Chameleon, he was like the biggest thing in the country as well.
Right.
So it was amazing to work with them, to be just right there. It was like fabulous.
Yeah. So in your mind, did you think you're gonna, like, after Sling Beats, did you think your name was gonna be that big? Because tell you what, for some time you guys ran the Zambian music industry for real.
Yeah. Personally, I was very ambitious.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really picturing myself on, like a household name level. So it was, it's just where you wake up and the only thing you think about is going to the studio and making great music that you hope somebody will pick up and listen to.
Yeah.
And it happened, like when we recorded Ozzy-PEOPLE song everybody calls as a general.
Yeah.
It was one such time we recorded, and when we gave it out as a promo, it started off very slowly, but when it picked up, it was like after 2 months. I remember it was beginning of 2005.
Yeah.
It was everywhere, man. It was everywhere. It was playing in every bar, like everywhere. Yeah. Literally everywhere, like this way on a bus and, song comes on and you hope people will not recognize it. He's the one who did that song. Yeah. It was like that. So, hey, kudos to Ozzy-PEOPLE as well.
Absolutely, man. You had a string of hits. But tell us about your first album. Man, that was platinum. Tell you what.
First album was called The General.
Yeah.
I think it had like 13 songs, if not 12, somewhere there. That's where you had your Wenyes, Chalo, Baby, Michani, Making Me High. All the songs were from that particular album. And it was quite a great experience. Now, like you're in the studio setup. There's a certain way that you think in your head, music is supposed to be done, and
Yeah.
then you sit with people who've been doing it for a while, and then you get to like, oh, okay,
Find out
I
that
have to adjust here and fit in like that and whatever, and then you have to learn, because these are the guys who are there, they're doing this, and they're making the industry shake and dance and keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
So you want to learn, and it was amazing. So for the very first project, it was a great learning experience, and the fact that the album did very well, that was like a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of young artists have got a lot to take from you guys, because I think the way you handled yourselves from that time up to now, man, that was pretty amazing. And a lot of people thought, you guys actually had it easy because things are different now. Was it that easy?
No. Actually, it wasn't easy at all. This was a time, mind you, this is a time when you had your Nasty D.
Yeah. With
Aita, you know what I mean? You had your Danny's and you had your MC Wabunos, and the industry was just on lock, and just to come in and just to have a song playing alongside any of those names was like a big opportunity for an artist.
Yeah.
So you had to prove yourself, and I think that as well helped us in working on good material, because you had to bring out quality material, because people were not just going to pick up anything.
Yeah.
You
had to level up to what we're listening to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What people were gravitating to is what you had to work with. You just couldn't come through with anything mediocre. Yeah.
Awesome stuff. And then came your second album, and a lot happened, and then you went quiet for some time. What really happened? Did you took a break? like okay, you know what? Music, hold on.
Second album was the follow-up year, which was 2006. Album was called Generalized, where you had Nimo Sanga, Nandi, great project as well. We toured the world. After that one, had an opportunity to perform in London. Independence gig with Peterson and the late Lily T, and it was amazing. Right. Very, very nice. The fact that people were singing, this is where you don't expect people to be singing your music, but they're singing along.
You're in London, you expect people and then now they're doing your chorus.
Yeah,
like, wow, this is the thing.
Yeah,
now.
Exactly. So it was great. And then I went through. I remember I was performing and touring around the country. I think I just became, and then we were traveling to Mpolongo.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing now tours around the country after the release of Generalize.
Yeah.
And then we had this road traffic accident, which was really bad, really bad, and we found ourselves in Bala Hospital. Deep cuts everywhere. People had neck braces.
Wow.
And it was a time when I was now trying to reflect, like, hey, I think I need to slow down on music for a bit. So I kind of took a break from music for almost a year. Yeah. That was like 2006, 2007. I didn't do any work until, it's like that urge just kept pulling me, kept pulling me, you know what I mean? It kept pulling me, and that's when we released the album, the trilogy, where you had Potential, Chimtengo Chamango, and I haven't looked back since. Yeah.
You've been on fire, man. I tell you what, that's great. You got a new album. I'm gonna be getting to that a little later on. So now, you're one of the people that has actually experienced Zambian music from its, not really infancy, but the time that we're actually getting into the modern Zambian music. You guys actually had a hand in shaping what it is now. What has changed between then and now in terms of listenership, people listening to your music?
I think the music has improved even. It's become better. We've got better producers. Producers we had have actually, gained more knowledge on, what they knew.
Yeah.
And artists have become smarter and all that. But what has changed is the culture. People have lost that passion to promote their own, buy their own. It's become something which, even though we always trying to use piracy as a scapegoat. I don't think so.
Is it?
No. I think we've been moving with the world, and we also need to just catch on. These days, you can actually stream music.
Right.
You know, most of us spend most of our time on our devices, mobile device.
Right.
It could be either your laptop, your tablet, whatever it is, you know, your phone. So you can actually buy music online if you want to. If you truly want to, you know, you can get it. I just find this culture of wanting to just share or get something for free quite retrogressive.
Yeah.
For the
that
industry.
has affected the industry so much.
It has, because you know, nobody puts what can I call it? Pride on something that was just given
They
to
just
you.
give for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna walk into a shop and buy yourself a nice jacket and a shirt, you know what I mean, you know how much that costs.
Right.
You're going to, you know, there's going to be some sense of pride.
Yeah.
And we can't see that because you're just getting like, oh, okay, just got it for free. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
One next song, done.
Yeah.
I think this is trash or whatever, you know. But if you're gonna go out there and buy it, you want to listen, like, oh, this is quality, and you actually talk about it. You can brag about it. Yeah, but we don't have that now.
Yeah.
You know, there's very few people who are supporting the music in that line.
Right.
Yeah, but we need to change that culture.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
got to.
yeah.
And you and me were actually talking earlier about how everything is just moved to digital now.
Yeah.
We used to walk in a music store,
Yeah.
buy a CD, go
Yeah.
home, listen to it,
Yeah.
and then if you borrow it to somebody, you have to make sure you get it back.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because I bought it.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
But now it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Music is being shared in WhatsApp groups. Oh, this is Ozzy's new album is
Yeah.
there. How are you making your money though now?
I mean, it's like you always have to be thinking, you know,
Yeah.
how you're going to make your next money. But there's people who are buying music online. There are people who are buying. Mostly it's from events, you
Yeah.
know. Most of us are making our money from events.
Right.
Because you really just can't sit there and say, I'm going to wait for CD sales and music online sales.
Yeah.
You need to be on your toes. You need to be on your grind, you and your team, you know, to make sure that you still have a shelter over your head and gas and all these other things that you need on a daily basis.
Right.
You know, so it's about remaining smart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because music still remains a business as
It
much
is.
as it
It
is
is.
entertainment.
It is a business. Yeah, it is a business. So for everybody out there that thinks it's a joke, you know what I mean? No, it's not. It
really
is
not.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, I was love to talk about this when especially with my past few guests. Zambia Association of Musicians got a new executive in. What are your expectations, you as Ozzy?
Expectations are very, very high because I think the caliber of leaders that are there right now are guys that have been in the background and also have the passion for the music, being in the background but doing stuff helping the Zambian music grow,
Right.
industry grow, you know. So now that they are there, I hope to see, you know, bigger and better things, not just for them, but for the industry as a whole. Because, I mean, sometimes it's good to get people that look like or actually are doing, making strides in life.
Yeah.
So if you get a person like B-Flow, you put him there. You know, a lot of young kids that want to do music today, a lot of people that in the arts, you know, they see where he's coming from and where he's at today. There's hope, you know, it brings hope, like, oh, you know, he's doing that today. I could be like him, you know. So it's very imperative that you have people like that because people love to see somebody, you know, they love to hear a good story.
Yeah,
you know,
always.
with a happy ending. A story, it could be a sad story, but with a happy ending, they love it. So I'm hoping that the guys that are there right now, which I believe is a capable team, will actually do a great job in the 2-year tenure that they've been given.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. You're still watching the Heatwave right here on QTV, and I'm hanging out with the 5-star General Ozzy. We take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
pick up my phone and log in. Facebook scrolling, I'm hoping situation can be better today. But then I realize I gotta get up and fight for my pride. In the destiny, young in the neck of Kylie, I'm a product of the ghetto. But my soul has to upgrade your mental. System independence in the level. But this is a leka bani kone kemu pembo. Osaona mongani kufunta. Mukavela China maya zula. Sido wa mwova ola junta. Ni pressure imwe wanjuza na neka. We're living in a jungle. My pressure ni double ngala wali mafaka poka hustle. Sara nefiko. We're living in a jungle. My pressure ni double ngala wali mafaka poka hustle. Kahaso, survive for the hustle. Kahaso, faka poka hustle, survive for the hustle. Kahaso.
Utamanga once ninkondola ya dizanda tetu survive nga wanangana ululu akuluisha na utamanga once ninkondola ya dizanda tetu survive nga wanangana ufuile wakosa ufuile wapiwa ufuile washipa Onopatialo ukosa, onopatialo upiwa, onopatialo ushipa. Abantu banje batishumfwa, bambi batila nalipena, bambi bamonati mungulu, bambi basosati lingulu, bambi batila tirishilu, banje batindishilu, umwana lishilu. Tine muinende bomba pole pole inende baza slowly by slowly nde kolopa etu survive nga wanangana wala lizo wizingi mana bosa kwa mano witusha Isana nefiko Efyashara We're living in a jungle My pressure ni double ngala wali mafaka poka hustle Isana nefiko We're living in a jungle, my pressure ni double ngala wali mbafaka poka haso. Kahaso, survive on the hustle. Kahaso, faka poka haso, survive on the hustle. Kahaso, pano baziko wali yense muntu wali ndi talanta yake. Pano baziko wali yense muntu wali ndi mpaso yake. Once you find it, don't hide it, you can be like Makongo. Once you find it, don't hide it, you can be like Esther Piri. Once you find it, don't hide it, you can be like Watson Daka. You can also find it, don't hide it, Watikayantismo. Maofesi ya siyana, nanchitozi siyana kuma kwacha ni imozi. Kodi ni chani uwezera muzako, baziko makwacha ni imozi. Maofisi ya siyana, nanchitozi siyana koma kwacha ni imozi. Manje ni chani ubwezera muzako, baziko makwacha ni imozi. Isana nefiko, efyashara. We're living in a jungle, my pressure ni double ngala wali mafaka poka hustle. Isana nefiko, efyashara. We're living in a jungle, my pressure ni double ngala wali mafaka poka hustle. Kahaso, survive on the hustle. Kahaso, faka poka hustle, survive on the hustle. Kahaso.
All right, and that is a brand new video from General Ozzy. It's actually from a brand new album. It's called Voice of Zambia, and he's here to tell us more about that one. Man, lovely video. First time I saw it, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing. And you know, one thing I love is how you keep quiet about everything, and then boom, oh, there it is. Wow, congratulations, man. That's a beautiful video right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell us about the new album.
New album is called Voice of Zambia. That particular video you checked out is Ozzy-PEOPLE, featuring the legendary Twice.
Yeah, and who could have seen that collab coming? Like,
I didn't see it coming.
Is it? How did it come about?
You know, at the studio, and I've got this idea, and I mean, like, the title just like came in. That's the first thing that came to me. It hit me like Ozzy-PEOPLE. Like, this sounds poetic, you know? And titles like this, I mean, if you've been a person who's listened to Twice's music, this sounds like Twice, you know what I mean? So we started laying down the beat, and I called him. I was like, I know, okay, where you at? Oh, okay, nice. So he came through to the studio immediately.
Wow.
And to date, I'm really inspired by, you know, somebody who I respect, who is like a legend in this country. And, you know, to stop whatever it was he was doing and came through to the studio, and we just worked. Just like that, you know, randomly, just like that. You don't get that every day.
Yeah, that is true.
You don't. So, you know, I was really impressed and inspired. Yeah.
So your album was released a couple of weeks ago, and tell us more about the collabos you've worked with and the sound. Has it changed? Is it the same Ozzy we expect to hear in the new album?
Well, I mean, it's more into dancehall. It's more on that angle because I wanted to get back to my roots. You know what I mean? I think for a while I was running away from what my number one passion is, which is reggae and dancehall. So I felt like, you know what I mean, I was being unfair to myself. So I needed to get back to my roots. And so the album has got that dancehall feel. I think that's what's really happening right now. That's the sound which is there. You know, it's about dancehall. So collaborations, there's of course Ozzy on the album. You know what I mean? We did something together. Me and her have got a very good chemistry when it comes to working on music. So we did something. And then there's Dave, who's somebody I was working with for the first time, and a very, very talented young man.
Right.
You know, there's an uprising artist from Brotherhood Music. He's called Ricky Panton. He's on the song. He's on the album as well. We did something called The Best. There's who else? There's Cleo Ice Queen. You know, we had to get her on the album, definitely. You know, there's Bombshell.
Right.
Okay. I mean, she's shelling it out there. There's T-Law as well on the album. I think those are some of the collaborations, plus Mr. Twice as well. Yeah, so those are some of the collaborations. And Correx played some guitars on one of the songs, a remix to Ozzy-PEOPLE.
Wow.
So he features on that as well. So I just wanted to get a different blend of what's happening and keeping it Zambian at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how can people access your music?
People can actually get my music via Mvesasani, even the old albums.
Yeah.
You know, like from the very first album to this particular album.
Right.
You can actually find them on Mvesasani.com. You can also find my music on this particular album on iTunes. It's selling as well. So, you can also hook us up. Holla. We're selling the CDs. Just going around and selling the CDs. Get details from the General Ozzy fan page, which is General Ozzy Zambia on Facebook. Or link us up on Twitter, which is General Ozzy, on Instagram, General Ozzy.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Now, before I actually let you go, I want to ask you something. You know, we live in an era of social media right now. Has it done more good or damage to the music industry right now? Because I think now it's easy to access music, but does that come with a cost even?
Everything comes with a cost.
Yeah.
I've figured out everything comes with a cost. But I think it's the way you use it. For me personally, there's people out there that are abusing it, but to an extent it has done a lot of good, because you can actually have something right now released, and if you want to share it with the rest of the world, you can do that just right there. And then, so it's how you use it. I think used in the right way, positive manner, it can yield good results. But if you're going to go there and just want to be a distraction to yourself, then it will be a distraction, and it will mess up a lot of things,
Yeah. Right.
Those are my thoughts.
Yeah. How do you deal with fans on social media? I'm sure there are people that will just want to come and just comment crap on your posts and everything. How do you deal with that?
I don't scroll down.
You know? You just okay, I'm gonna let it be.
I just don't scroll down, man. And off I go.
That's it.
Come back after a week or so. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll tell you what. Everybody out there has got an opinion, and it's theirs.
Right.
They're entitled to one. So, hey, we live in a free world. So many people have a say. They want to say something. So you let them speak. You know, you can't hold everybody to ransom. Like, yo, hey, what are you? No, you can't. I think we all have got busy lives and things to do, positive things to do, than sit and just be, just be negative. I think it means your life is negative.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always gravitate towards positive things. So when it's negative, I probably, it just repels me.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And maybe just out of interest, the time when I heard about the demise of Radio from Radio and Weasel, first person that came to my mind was you. Like, you were really close. How did that affect you?
Really, really bad, because I was a part of, I think, the whole experience from the time that he got attacked.
Yeah.
To the time that he was in the hospital. So I was getting updates on everything, We're always in contact with the guys. So I heard about it and all the plans they had leading up to, in fact, to the time that he died, because we were supposed to have prayers for him, being held for him, and all those things. I was actually posting that even on my Facebook, on my Instagram, wishing him well, because he went into a coma, which he never came out of. Radio was somebody that, very, very talented guy, I learned a lot working with those guys, and very humble, but very talented at the same time. So it's a great loss, to the entire continent, because those guys were huge in East Africa, and actually just the world. They've performed all over, so it's a loss. It's a great loss, and but Weasel hasn't stopped. He's got something new. They've released something new. It's called Good Over Evil. Yeah. So we've got a brand new song and video coming out pretty soon as well. So look out for that as well.
Yeah. Definitely gotta look out for that. Anyway, your last word to your fans, people that have been following you, been from day one, General Ozzy fans.
It's all love. It's just big up to everybody that has shown love to all, every Zambian doing something, musically or whether it's acting. My word to you is, let's support our own. I think there's nobody else that will ever elevate what's ours. We need to get what's ours, nurture it, and till it's what we want to see, what we want it to be. Only you can support the Zambians, and you are the ones that will actually spread the word about what Zambia has got. So let's support Zambian, let's buy Zambian, and let's be patriotic Zambians. Yeah.
All right, so the album is out. It's called Voice of Zambia. Go and get yourself a copy online. You can actually find it on those platforms he just mentioned. And hey, always remember to support your local. Ozzy, thank you so much for making an appearance on the hit. We really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'll be back next week with more. This has been Charlie. Until then, it's bye-bye.